Hey guys, it's Max. Welcome to my NX1 versus GH4 low light and high ISO comparison test. I'm doing some low light testing as well as some normal light testing, just bumping up the shutter speed and ISO to see the difference between the cameras, the detail, and the noise you get even in normal lighting if you have to stop the cameras down. Now for the NX1, I'm using the 45 1.8 lens. This comes in just under $300. It's quite sharp at f1.8, but I'm stopping it down to f2.8 to match my Panasonic lens. Now on the Panasonic GH4, I'm using the Lumix 12 to 35 f2.8. This thing comes in around $1,000. It's really sharp at f2.8, so there shouldn't be too much difference as far as lens sharpness. All these next tests, I'm using these at f2.8 on both of them, and I'm kind of matching up the field of view to match. You guys are going to see some depth of field difference because obviously this is using a APS-C crop sensor, basically is what people call it. This is using a micro four thirds sensor, and in 4K mode it even crops it a little bit more, so you'll see the difference between that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the following tests, and then at the end there'll be another video to finish it off. for this next test, I did it a little bit different. I'm actually using the same lens on both cameras. This is a Nikon mount Tokina 11-16 f2.8, which is a very popular lens, and I actually enjoy it quite a bit. This is basically going from ultra wide at 11 to wide at a 16. Now for the NX1, I just purchased this $25 adapter. This one does have aperture control. It's just a passive adapter, and I'm keeping it wide open at f2.8 for this lens. And as far as the lens settings, I'm running it at 12mm, which will give me about 18mm in full frame equivalent. Now on the GH4, I'm using the really popular speed booster adapter, which gives you one stop of extra light, and it makes the image wider to help out with that 2.3 times 4K crop. So when I have the lens on here for the test, I'm running it at 11mm to give me roughly 18mm full frame equivalent, and I'm also stopping it down one stop to get my f2.8 back because the speed booster does gain you about one stop of light. Now you'll see the image is a little bit brighter than NX1's, but this is just a good comparison if you want to use a GH4 with the speed booster to see maybe what the image will look like. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Thanks for watching my high ISO and low light comparison test comparing the NX1 versus the GH4. Now I'll give you guys my opinion looking at the images before they're compressed and put up onto the internet. Now it's very interesting. The NX1 up to 800 ISO, there's almost basically no noise. At 800 ISO, you start seeing a little bit of noise in kind of like the shadow areas. Now this is one thing a lot of people complain about the GH4, because even 200 ISO on the GH4, you do see noise in the shadows. So in that regard, if you're shooting at 800 or below, the NX1 definitely takes the win because the image looks perfectly clean. Now at 1600 ISO, the NX1, definitely you see more noise, but the image is absolutely fantastic. I mean, nobody would notice the noise, and I'm sure if you're uploading to the internet, all that noise is getting compressed anyway. So I'm very impressed at 1600. You're basically getting about a one-stop difference, maybe slightly more than one-stop difference. So if you're at 1600 on the NX1, it just kind of matches up to 800 on the GH4. Now above that is where it gets really interesting. At 3200, the cameras are very, very similar, and I would give the edge actually to the GH4 because the GH4 has a more kind of film-like monochromatic noise that will compress really nicely if you're going to 1080, and it will be kind of removed easily by software if you want to remove that noise. The NX1 gets more wave-like, multicolor, blotchy type of noise that ruins the image, really softens kind of down that 4K image, which is, you know, really unfortunate. So there's a huge difference on the NX1 between 1600 and 3200. The GH4 doesn't have that much of a difference going from 1600 to 3200. Now at 6400, I mean, the GH4 definitely is better, which is really weird for me to say. I never thought I'd say, you know, the GH4 is better at 6400 than some other camera. The NX1's image is just full of noise. The detail really goes downhill, lots of blotchiness. I mean, I really don't know what's going on with that image. The GH4 does have quite a bit of noise as well, but like I said, it's more film-like, small, fine noise. It's not really too wavy, anything like that, and it can easily be removed by software like Neat Video or other software. So if you're gonna shoot at 6400 ISO, the GH4 definitely takes the win there, which is crazy. If you're shooting at 1600 or below, the NX1, you know, totally does great. Now this could be a software thing. The Samsung basically has quite a bit of software things they have to tweak, update, or fix on the NX1, which I hope they do soon. So this may be one of them, we'll see. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this test and it was helpful for you. Now, if you want to download this actual video without being compressed on the internet, you guys can go to Vimeo. I'll have a link in the description. And if you're a Plus or Pro member, you guys can actually download the original 4K footage that I uploaded, and that's about at 62 to 64 megabits per second. So it's quite a high quality file. You guys can check out the difference on your computer. It might be a bigger difference, easier to tell with that original file. Now, along with that, I also took stills when I was doing these tests, basically ranging from 200 all the way up to 6400 ISO, some 12800, and that's both RAW and JPEG. So if you guys are interested in the difference of the low light and ISO performance as far as stills, you guys can join my NX1 user group. It's just a Facebook group where you guys can chat to other NX1 owners, ask questions, share files if you already have an NX1, and on there I'll just have a sticky with a download link so you can download the JPEG and RAW images and compare those for yourselves. So thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna have more footage as far as different aspects of these cameras, comparing the GH4 to NX1, as well as full reviews that I'm working on slowly. I want to make sure I have enough testing, enough actual use with the camera without putting some content out that you guys might have seen. I won't mention the names and put, I don't want to do like a really rushed type of review. I really want to get a feel for these cameras. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe so you guys won't miss those videos, and definitely check out the previous videos that I already made. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.